Welcome back to the CNBC Special Report. We are awaiting the Robinhood CEO. This is the must-see interview of the evening. There are a lot of angry people out there with the trading restrictions on a number of those highly shorted stocks that saw just roller coaster rides in the past few days. Let's go straight to CNBC's Andrew Ross Sorkin, who has the Robinhood CEO right now. Andrew.
Melissa, thank you so very, very much. I want to bring in the CEO of Robinhood. Vlad Atenev is with us right now, and we appreciate you joining us on a day where there are so many questions. And as Melissa just said, there are, frankly, as you know, a lot of angry customers out there and a lot of questions about what took place and the decisions that you made to limit so many of your customers' ability to buy stocks like GameStop. Questions about whether you have a liquidity problem, whether you're trying to protect them from themselves, whether Citadel did this. Explain what happened today.
Thank you for having me on the show again, Andrew. So what happened today was, as you pointed out, we had to make a very difficult decision. It's been a challenging day. We made the decision in the morning to limit the buying of about 13 securities on our platform. So to be clear, customers could still sell those securities if they had positions in them, and they could also trade in the thousands of other securities on our platform. So it was a difficult decision, and that's what we had to do as part of normal operations.
But explain then, why did you do this? Did the SEC call you and tell you you had to do this? Was there a problem inside the company in terms of liquidity, in terms of the amount of deposits that you had to put it in front to the exchanges? What led to this?
Sure, and let me explain exactly how this works. First of all, I want to address some of the misinformation that's been out there, because there's a lot of it. We absolutely did not do this at the direction of any market maker or hedge fund or anyone we route to or other market participants. The reason we did it was because Robinhood is a brokerage firm. We have lots of financial requirements, including SEC net capital requirements and clearinghouse deposits. So that's money that we have to deposit at various clearinghouses. So some of these requirements fluctuate quite a bit based on volatility in the markets, and they can be substantial in the current environment where there's a lot of volatility and a lot of concentrated activity in these names that have been going viral on social media. So we're really in unprecedented times, and in order to protect the firm and protect our customers, we had to limit buying in these stocks. And to be absolutely clear, Go ahead.
But it sounds to me, though, that you're suggesting that there was a liquidity problem inside the firm. And my question about that then raises all sorts of new questions about whether there's a systemic issue underneath the system and underneath the company unto itself.
No, there was no liquidity problem. And to be clear, this was done preemptively. So we did this proactively, and thousands of other securities remain tradable on the platform. Customers that held these positions were able to sell them. And we're doing what we can to allow buying and to remove these restrictions in the morning. But also, you might have seen Robinhood has been the #1 app in the App Store overall. So we have seen unprecedented interest due to the fact that finance has been culturally relevant in a way that hasn't been before, and these stocks are going viral on social media. And I think it's really interesting to juxtapose against some of the other questions that we've been having before this. Of course, Robinhood stands for everyday investors. From the very beginning, we have stood for investors, opening up access and giving them the ability to trade commission-free in whatever. So it pains us to have had to impose these restrictions, and we're going to do what we can to enable trading in these stocks as soon as we can.
But what do you tell the Robinhood investor who says, "Look at the screen. I'm losing money. You are not allowing me to buy this, and by the way, I'm going to have to sell it for less money because of what you did"?
Well, to be clear, we're not allowing people to buy it, but they can sell positions that they have. And, I feel a little bit, I know how Clorox and Lysol felt in the pandemic when they were running out of hand sanitizer and supplies. We just haven't seen this level of concentrated interest market wide in a small number of names before. So we understand our customers are upset. We're doing what we can to re-enable buying in these names. And we stand with our customers. We stand for the everyday investor. And we do believe that you should be able to buy and sell the stocks that you want to, subject to all requirements. And that's what that's what we're working day in and day out to make possible.
What do you say to the customer who says, look, maybe I shouldn't be on Robinhood anymore? If they're going to shut me out right when I need to be on the service, maybe I should go to an alternative service.
Look, we realize customers are upset with this. It was not an easy decision. Ultimately, the team made the correct decision here. So what we can do is move forward, focus on giving customers the most stable and reliable platform going forward. And we've invested a lot in that, and we've actually seen some great progress and taking all the steps we can to make sure customers can buy the securities that they want to buy without restrictions in the future.
When you look at the trading in these stocks over the past several days, do you think they're divorced from reality? Are you concerned that the investors that are involved in this are doing these things for reasons that they fully understand and they fully understand the risks involved?
Look, I'm obviously a big believer in more education. I want to make sure that we give customers all the tools and educational resources that we could possibly give them. This is really about access, and access is something I've been super strong about from the very beginning, in the face of a lot of criticism and questions about whether we should be granting people access in the first place. So yes, I think people need to be informed. They need to be educated. We do want to give them the ability to do that. But I also believe that access is a very powerful thing. The more individual investors have access to the markets, the better off we will be. And we're going to work tirelessly day in and day out to make sure customers have that access. It's in the name. It's everything we stand for.
Vlad, can you walk us?
Let me bring Melissa in.
Yeah, Andrew, thank you. And Vlad, thanks for being on CNBC. Can you walk us through the moment in which you realized that you needed to do this in order to have the capital? I mean, you drew on credit lines. We've confirmed that, and you can confirm that to us directly. At what point did you say, the options volume is just crazy, the stock volume is crazy, and we need to do this? It sounds like something you should have been able to figure out prior to today.
Well, it's interesting because I don't remember a time in the past where social media and the financial system have intersected in such a direct way. So things can go viral on social media, and that can lead to virality in the financial markets. Like I mentioned before, Robinhood's been #1 on the App Store for the last several days, and we've never been #1 on the App Store before. So I don't think anyone could have anticipated that this would happen. And in terms of the credit lines, you mentioned that was really a proactive measure. As I mentioned earlier in the conversation, the deposit requirements that we have at the various clearinghouses govern how much we can allow customers to buy some of these stocks. So obviously, in line with our mission and what we want to do, we want to put ourselves in a position to allow our customers to be as unrestricted as possible in accordance with the requirements and the regulations. So we pulled those credit lines so that we could maximize within reason the funds we have to deposit at the clearinghouses.
Final question, and we only really have 30 seconds at this point, and we will continue this conversation on Squawk Box tomorrow. But the question I would ask you is, you said you're going to start allowing buying tomorrow. What happens if it triggers whatever system triggered today? where you had to stop it. Are you anticipating that? Are you doing anything ahead of that prospect?
Yeah, we're doing a lot of things. You know, we want to obviously allow buying safely for the firm and for the customers. And the teams have been working very, very hard. They were already working very hard dealing with the unprecedented, volumes and the equity volumes and the unique situation we've been in. So we want to do that safely. We want to be clear in the communications. And I own that, we should have been out there a little bit sooner. The team's been working very hard. People are doing what they can for our customers. And I'm very proud of the work that the team is doing and has done.
Vlad, we appreciate you joining us. We will continue this conversation, and we will air more of it tomorrow morning on Squawk Box. But again, we thank you. I
appreciate you having me. Thank you again.
Of course.
It's great to hear from Vlad. Andrew, thank you so much for bringing us that interview. Thank you, Courtney Gibson, Dan Nathan, for joining us tonight for this special edition of Fast Money, the Reddit Rebellion. The news with Shepard Smith starts right now.